Hello, and welcome back to Bama Land 300. If you don't know me, my name's Dave. I've got a little chore today. I've got to collect up the Bobcat and its attachments from the big field on the north track. We've been doing some gravel work down here, and I have a new attachment coming tomorrow. It's a mower from Skid Steer Attachments, Skid Pro Attachments, Skid Pro Attachments, and it's coming tomorrow. And mowing is a big part of what we do around here, with the exception of the dormant growing season, which we're in now, you know, late fall, winter, early spring. But come spring, there's a lot of mowing to be done, and I've got a couple of ways to do it. I've got a bush hog behind the tractor. I've got a DR bush mower to pull behind the ATV. However, they each have their limitations, and this brush mower that's going to go on the front of the Bobcat solves a lot of problems. I'll show you around a little bit about what I'm going to be doing with that and why it's so important. But let's get this Bobcat and all the attachments loaded up from here on the 280 acres, and we need to move it back to the homestead, the 25 acres, half a mile from here, because that's where I'm receiving the delivery, and I'll be able to get it installed and get any kinks worked out that may come along with the delivery, such as the hydraulic attachments, because it is hydraulically driven with the front hydraulics on the Bobcat. So come along with me and let's do that, and I'll show you a little bit more about what I have to mow with. I'll throw in some pictures here and throughout the video, and I'll also show you some of the areas where that mower is going to be greatly beneficial. All right, so let's go. We're by the gravel pit. We're still at the big field on the north track, and this area, the three areas, the barn site, the cabin site, and the big field, is, I guess you could call it the human area. That's where the humans are going to be spending a lot of time. And I think the look that I want is to have these cleared areas have the forest floor real clean, like, you know, 20 yards in, say. And, you know, let Mother Nature take care of the rest. But at least here, where there's going to be dogs and kids and Mrs. Bama Land 300 spending a lot of time and walking, I think it should be clean and clear, you know, like 20 yards in. So if you notice this sloped area, you know, the bush hog with the tractor could do a lot of this up here, particularly where it's more flat. The tractor does have wheel extensions on the rear end and loaded rear tires, so it's as stable as I can get it, really, but still it doesn't like the slopes, and that's no fun. With the tracks over the tires on the Bobcat, you'll have superior traction. It'll be a shorter package, and of course it is skid steer, so it's a zero turn, and you know, where it gets slopey and stuff, it's no fun. And then the ATV mower it's great for a lot of things, but it doesn't have a very tight turning radius, the ATV, and you'd end up going in through here and backing up a lot. And it would be fine on the slopes. That's one of the reasons I got that mower for the ATV. It's great for slope mowing. But I'll end this little clip here, and I'll show you some other areas. Okay. So here's kind of a perfect example of the difference. We're still in between the big field and the cabin site, looking east right there. But here's an example of a clean forest floor that we cleaned out a year ago or so, and then what it would look like had it not been cleaned. So I want this area here to look like this area. Now this area still needs to be mowed in the spring, summertime. That'll be 3-4 feet tall right in there, so you still got to maintain it that way. And there's tons of areas like that. Even if you look back there, that area needs to be mowed too. So I'm going to show you one more clip out here, I think. Well, no, two more. I'm going to show you why I chose this cabin site. Okay, we're standing in the back of the cabin site. So the barn site is that way. I'm going to show you this crevasse over here. Well, I'm going to tell you about it anyway. And then over there is the big field where I loaded the Bobcat. But right here, we still have some stumps to get rid of from when we cleared the cabin site. There's a little mound right here that I'll need to level, smooth out and stuff. Boy, there's just deer tracks everywhere. Right here, there is a huge crevasse that goes down to a creek. And can you imagine, once this is all cleared out and you walk down and you're going into a lower elevation with, you're basically walking through a big wash, a big crevasse with hillsides real close on your left and right to a beautiful creek. And that would be, you know, your view from the cabin right there. And once that's all cleaned out and the forest floor is all clean, trees are groomed and everything, that'll just be a fantastic view. So that mower will help. We're at another one of my favorite places on the property. This is the primitive campsite. I've shown you all a little bit of that. I'll roll in some video to kind of give you an aerial of what that's like. And I've got a picture of when we first cleared all this and limbed the trees up and mowed it, how clean the forest floor was in here. This is a highly human trafficked area. I mean, we're gonna hang out here a lot. So it'll be nice to have the floor finished. I'm gonna spin you around and show you some other stuff here. This is the other side. Now, as I was showing you at the big field, how slopey it is. And I don't know if you can appreciate this if I raise this up and see if you can see down there how steep that is. You're not going to get the tractor or the ATV down there very comfortably anyway. You'd make you real nervous. But again, this is an area that I want to have the forest floor cleared out about 10-20 yards all along the road here, so that it's clean, you know, back into here. There are, and keep in mind, we're just looking at a small portion of the 280 acres. There is so much that, you know, once you build a trail, you want to mow either side of it, you know, 5-7 yards, something like that. As you're walking through, that's how you pick up ticks, is rubbing against the understory, all this stuff right here. I mean, that's how deers pick up ticks and stuff. It's because they hang out, the ticks do, on all this brush. So that's going to kind of end it about here, and I'm going to get the Bobcat back to the homestead and get it off the trailer and get the tractor ready with the forks to take delivery of the Skid Pro Attachments 72-inch GB2. And tomorrow when it comes, I'll give you a lot more specs on that. But it's, man, I've been looking forward to get something like this for a long time. You know, I bought the Bobcat and it wasn't running, and so it took a year just tinkering with it a little bit, not worrying about it too much, getting it running, and it's running great. And so now I'm finally going to have a mower that gets in and around the trees and down the hills and the slopes and everything a lot more safely. All right. Hey, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.